Hi everyone, this is Trendy Band-Aids and welcome to my first unboxing video, and it is of some really special figures of 3 Trendmasters Gamera figures, which were kind of a failed line that Trendmasters did back in the late 90s, and I've got 3 figures here that I'm going to be unboxing: Gyaron, Gaus, and Jiger, and I hope you guys will enjoy me opening up these awesome figures. Figure I'm doing first is named Gearon, and I realize that the packaging there misspells his name Gyaos. Well, I'm not sure why they did that, or Trendmasters just simply made a mistake, or if it was intentional. I'm not sure, but I really like this figure, and it has a pretty cool action feature with its shooting the projectile knife, and he has an interesting design anyway, and it's pretty special. I had to edit out over 60 seconds of this part because that box was really kicking my ass. See there, it stabbed me and everything. And he's finally free. This is an awesome looking kaiju. The movie version it's cool looking too, the original Showa version, but it's also a little wonky. But this guy he's dead in the Trendmasters fashion, revamped in 90s style. It's just really cool. I love the color, and I love the design of the blade and how the projectile blade goes into the top and you just pull the trigger. It's pretty cool. Chop chop. I was genuinely startled at the force of that thing shooting out of there. It was pretty awesome. Alright guys, so that is Gearon by Trendmasters. Okay, so next up is Gaus, and Gaus is awesome because he's kind of the arch nemesis of Gamera. He is to Gamera what Ghidorah is to Godzilla, which I really like. And his projectile weapon gave me a lot of trouble, but I'll talk about that later on, and hopefully you'll enjoy the unboxing of him. You probably noticed that the Gyaos is in a different packaging than Gearon was, and that's because Gyaos is a battery-operated and noise-making figure, and it's awesome. His battery still worked after all these years, and that blew my mind, and it wasn't even that corroded, but I switched his batteries out, and he still works great. If only I thought to use these cutters with Gearon. I really should have. I'm definitely going to be using that city backdrop in my future stop motion videos because that's really cool, and that's useful to me, and I think it looks great. Gaus and Jiger too both had a kind of a film of dust over them and like that sticky type film, and that's why you'll see me kind of brushing them off frequently. Man, this guy's my favorite. He was my favorite anyway, but wow, it does have battery still. That's nuts. Look at that gaping hole. Out of all of Gamera's enemies, I think I do like Gaus the best. He just seems more interesting to me. I think his vampiric nature and the sonic beam that can cut through anything is pretty spectacular, I think. So I did attempt to shoot out the projectile weapon out of Gauss's mouth, and I had a horrible time getting the toy piece back out of his mouth. So this is why I'm so very dismissive with the projectile piece in the upcoming shots. Alright, so that was Trendmasters Gaus figure. And finally, we have Jiger, which is, interestingly enough, a female kaiju, an enemy of Gamera. She's really interesting looking. She did have some fading on her right-hand side. Or actually, yeah, her right side, where I don't know if it's sun damage or what, but I mean, it is a little bit lighter than it is on her left, but I mean, it's not that big a deal. It's just something I noticed. Jiger's horn being the projectile weapon is cool and all, but it's a little bit, counterproductive. If, say you lose that piece, then, you're just missing a piece of the figure, so, it's a little kind of catch-22 there, but I still like it. The wires around her feet just kept on surprising me, as if, I didn't realize or something. It was funny. I am by no means an expert on Gamera or Gamera monsters. I know a little bit here and there, and I know that Jiger's a female and things such as that, and just what I've learned through research or YouTube. But I think Gamera monsters are just as creative and interesting as Godzilla monsters, and these Trendmaster figures really show that they're Trendmasters figures. It's awesome. So Jiger's trigger to shoot the projectile is a lot harder to operate than any of the other ones. I had to kind of struggle just to get it to work, and so I'll probably just be leaving the horn piece in for most of the time unless I'm shooting a stop motion and need to use it otherwise. But this is an awesome figure. I love it. Alright guys, this about wraps up my first unboxing video. Let me know what you think of these three Gamera Trendmasters figures. I really, really love them. I'm going to be getting Gamera in the very near future, and I'll do an unboxing of him next. Alright, please like, share, and subscribe, and have a great day.